computer. Okay, dan gaan ons. Daar begin die recording. Okay, lekker. All right. So we had this whole plan of Mama Wings introducing me and all that. So I'm going to introduce myself. Ek gewerk in filmbedryf, maar nou het ek hierdie ding my besigheid gemaak want ek kuier lekker hierso. I enjoy doing the prosperity grid, and I enjoy helping other people change their lives. I think it flipping rocks. Okay. And I absolutely love when I see those completed grids, and I love knowing that people are gaining. That's what I can't even begin. Like, there's nothing that excites me more to see another grid spin and another grid complete, and seeing my friends come on board and my family come on board. It just absolutely, I can't even begin to tell you how much I enjoyed it. Really, I absolutely love it. So, and I'm very much a pro momentum person. I think without momentum, this thing just doesn't. By the nature of man, I think momentum is incredibly important. So that's my. Well, that's what I found, is that momentum really inspires people to.
Hello?
Yes, meneer.
I recommend you mute everybody or ask everyone to mute themselves.
How do I mute everyone, Sidi? Please, will everyone mute themselves? Oh, I see. I can do it individually. There was moontlik nog.
That's one thing we missed.
Sorry about that, honey.
There should be an option where you can mute everyone.
Ek gaan nog leer, hoor. Ek gaan nog leer.
Have a look at the mute button. There's a up arrow. Just see if there's an option where you can mute everyone.
Oh, that's clever.
Oh, I see Carol's joined us. Well, welcome, Carol.
Audio settings. Nee, ek sien dit hier, hoor. Oh, goed,
okay, no worries. It seems like if someone's audio is not muted, you can just mute them individually.
How's it, Grant? Grant's also next door in the house. Cool.
And Carol's joined us to Capella.
Yes, I saw her. I greeted her shortly a moment ago.
Yes.
Cool. I think we're ready to rock and roll, guys.
I think all the new people who'd never been on Zoom before had a bit of a hassle with it. And I know Sue can't get on. And, well, there's Grant and Carol. And I don't know what's happened to the others. So, yeah, go with it. Go for it.
Okay, cool. All right. Can I mute you, Mama Winks?
Yes.
Cool. Mama Winks is my spirit mother. I've known her for 26 years. Okay, so I think I don't really. For me, I was gifted in initially as something quite against the system for some people, and it really just inspired me to actually just work even harder harder or shall I say more effectively, because I felt like I was utilizing someone else's money, literally. And then I just got traction, because it makes sense, that I can earn this really beautiful, abundant amount of income, literally, maybe to assist myself or to be able to choose what movie I want to go on to or not, to work with people that I want to or not. I've worked freelance my whole life. And I feel like I've really, in terms of assisting communities, in terms of assisting people that don't have, in terms of assisting elders, in terms of assisting, I really feel this is an opportunity to assist myself, which I think always is important, and to get to a level of abundance where I really feel that I deserve abundance. And I think that that's something where a lot of us come unstuck. We always want to go and help outside, but we forget that we actually deserve ourselves, or that we give, sometimes to the point of our own kind of destruction, in a manner of speaking. So I honestly have to say, probably one of the greatest gifts I've gotten from this is learning that I deserve. I think that's kind of been a really huge lesson for me. And it's really beautiful to be able to know that I deserve. So in terms of a structural support, I asked Hannes just to assist me, because Shirley and Marina created a wicked a PDF system where it's really simple to share with your people, and you can it's a very simple structure to show other people, to be able to bring other people on board, because on a very basic level, you contribute an entry, an amount, and then you have to bring 2 people in behind you. I personally have brought in many people, but it does get to a point where you go, phew, you know, other people must also bring their part. And I was just explaining to Hannes just now, like, I don't have a never-ending supply of trusting people that I can just bring in. And I think it's quite important that people also bring their, you know, to put money on the table is easy. I think to play is important. And that's where I feel anyway that we have a really good time on our grid, is that we really remember to play. We sometimes get a lot less caught up in the semantics and in the nitty gritty of it, and we just actually have fun. In our grid, we really have a lot of fun. We bring a prop, or we bring a hat, or we literally are just silly, and it inspires people to want to be part of that. So Hannes, if you wouldn't mind, for the people that are new, if I may ask you to please assist me with the presentation, I'd be very grateful.
Sure, I'll go ahead. Just put on a share screen.
Okay.
I will make you share screen.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Multiple participants. There we go. So Hannes is like he's like the marketing guru in the. He's the marketing guru in the grid. Him and Shirls. Off you go, Hannes. So the Prosperity Grid, just as you can see, is the membership-based community network. And there are 4 positions, which you come in on a, I'm a firm believer, if you cannot manage to come in on $500 or on the agreed amount of, I think at the moment it's 7,400, give or take, is my grid is made up of multiple groups of 2s and 4s. And once those 8 positions have been filled, which you can see on the outside, then the grid does that split, which you can see those splits in the middle. And then, but there are 4 motivators that are on the inside, and only one person or only one team of people are receiving in the middle. And then you have supporters on either side, right? So those are the 4 positions that you engage in a team of 15. 8 people, 8 spaces, gift a center person or a center team, which equals to $4,000 US. You have to obviously download the Telegram app, which is how we work. There's a reason, a couple of reasons why we use the Telegram app is because one of the reasons being that it's secure. So you have to download the Telegram app, which is how all our communications happen. And a group is created. And then you gift your 500 membership token. We have been spinning most certainly on a 10-day cycle. Where you will then, from there, once those 8 positions are filled, you will then move into the motivator position when it splits. Nee, Hannes? Is ek reg? Okay.
Yes.
Praat ek te vinnig?
Read the slide.
Oh, must I read the slide? Oh, sorry. Okay, sorry. All right. So, sorry. Ek al so in my kop. Ekskuus mense. Sorry, Ronel. Sien jy nou? So when you spin, the grid splits into 2 and you travel to your next grid, another group on the Telegram app with the 7 people from your side of the grid. So that means that there's a person in receiver, the 8 people, that 4 of them become the 4 motivators. And then the 4 motivators split and they become 2 supporters. So that's what happens on the one side. You've now moved into a position of motivator, and you're responsible for motivating and inviting your 2 contributors into your grid. Some people come with 3 or 4 contributors. Other people struggle with that, but I think it's quite important to come with your 2 people, because it really does add, because you want to bring people in that you want to play with and that you want to have fun with and that you want to be part of, right? You want people that the people that you bring with you, you want to have and want to watch them succeed. You want to bring them in so that you can add to their lives and so that they in turn can add to other people's lives. Yeah.
Capella, you may need to mute Tanya. I don't know if she knows that her mic is on.
Thank you, Put. Kan ons sien nie. Okay. Is reg? Okay. Waar's ons nou? Okay. So then, obviously, when you are in motivator, that's when your 4 motivators in turn bring 2 each. Yeah. And that then puts you into your supporter position. When you're in supporter position, you obviously support your motivators so that they in turn can bring their contributors in. Definitely a sort of a common fear. I find it an unfounded fear, but it's a fear that people do have. I really feel my basic understanding of this is simply this: you are offering somebody an opportunity to change their lives themselves. You literally are offering them an opportunity to change their lives. May it be to anything from catching up on your rent, to paying for an upcoming trip of a dream that you've always wanted, to paying off your credit card, to adding to the building of your home or the renos of your home. A lot of people go, oh, I've got to put my money into my renovations of my house. Well, this is going to assist to put the renovations of your house, because you're going to get money in less than 40 days. Certainly in our grid, that's what's been happening. It's been happening in less than 40 days. It's that you can then contribute so that you don't have to go to the bank. And then you move into your receiver position. And this is where all the beautiful magical work that your fairy dust that you've been sprinkling for the last 30 to 35 days, or let's say just call it round off to a month, you're now going to literally sit back and just enjoy receiving $4,000 in a very short space of time, maybe through PayPal or into your South African bank account. And you're going to, that's exactly what we then call the receiver position. And you'll be responsible for tasks such as setting up your polls, very important, to find out when people want to have meetings, or are they having issues that you can assist with, or and obviously you have your team Zoom calls, your dream calls. Team Zoom calls are very, very important. I found that that's where people are able to really just have an absolute blast. This is over and above your daily sharing of a fun, I mean, I don't, one can do your sunsets and sunrises, or you can really just share wisdom. You can really share something that unfolded for you. I found that, I have a friend whose paintings are suddenly selling like crazy. Another friend of mine whose photographic stuff is selling like crazy. Since she's really allowed themselves to receive, they're in a space of allowing themselves to receive. And I think that's really big medicine. You've got to, you have to be in the space of going, you know what, I actually deserve this, because you do. It's our birthright of being on earth to deserve this ease of flow, this ease of money. Yeah, that's my take on our willingness to receive. Then each time you spin up a position, once the receiver has received all 8 tokens, the grid splits in 2, and this is how you progress through the grid to the receiver position. Anders moet ek lees.
No, it's fine.
Asseblief man.
As long as you understand what the the main idea is of what is shown on the screen, and you just explain, okay, this is about reweaving, and then you explain your perception regarding reweaving. So don't worry about reading everything off the screen. People will get the message.
Okay. Okay. All right. So okay, cool. What are we doing next?
This is reweaving. Maybe you can just explain the reweaving.
Okay, so so there are a couple of things about reweaving. If you the idea is that if you go the moment you are done receiving, then you go back into the grid that you were originally part of. And we were just chatting just now. One of the things that I feel is quite a cool idea is if you go in and you gift. It's a bit of a different way of doing it. If you are willing to receive and gift yourself that 8th position, then when you spin, you're automatically going to go into motivated position. But in the normal sense of the word, is you hold those 8, you become, you once you've received that, you then automatically go back to the original person that you gifted. So you go back to where it says Louise, you then give that, you give it. So you're only ever utilizing your initial amount that you gifted. That's what you're doing. You're essentially only ever using that, and you then keeping your 3.5. So that's your absolutely your clean profit that you are or your gifts that you are utilizing or that you're using or keeping safe, and you're only ever spending the 500 that you originally spent. You don't use any more than that, unless of course you choose to go into 2 separate grids. Then obviously you're going to then use 1,000. That obviously gives you an opportunity to gain more.
Okay, so that was the last screen.
God. Oh my God. Ah. I have such perfection issues, guys. That was like,
You did it.
Oh my God.
You did it. Well done.
Okay. It's a hell of a lot easier to sell somebody else. But anyway, it doesn't matter. It's all good. I'm here. This is me.
All right.
Okay.
Now we need some questions.
How's it, Lynn? Okay. All right. She said group grew while I was talking. What happened? Oh my God.
I happened.
Oh, I see you were busy whipping them from behind, were you?
Yes.
Listen, on a really silly note, I chose to call my grid the Musketeers because I really believe that this is a one for all and all for one. It's something that I've kind of followed through from the time that I created my grid, because everyone receives the same money and everyone puts in the same money, you know. What doesn't happen, and this is something that I think is very important to mention, is people don't come with the same amount of energy. And it's such a joy to come with energy. I like literally, I wish I could explain inside my heart what a joy it is to just play, because we get bogged down with work and mission and trying to pay rent and all that kind of stuff. And this is a place where you can just let go. You can just let go and really just be in a space of absolute, just in a space of love, you know, whatever that means for you. It doesn't matter what that word means to you, but just in a place of authenticity. And it feels flippin' cool, you know. That's what I can say to you. I connected with these youngsters that are in Barberton. They're a bunch of teachers, Afrikaans guys, and I'm half Afrikaans. I can't tell you, I was literally crying on their Zoom call because these boys are rocking their Zoom. They're teachers, they earn a cuck salary. And suddenly they're putting a down payment on their house, and they do, and the wife's earned, and they've earned, and he's earned, whatever. And I can't. It made me so happy that these youngsters are doing well, you know. And I've got my mama Winks, who I love so much, who was able to pay for her trip to Botswana, you know. It's like,
Am I smiling? Yes, I am.
yeah.
Thank you.
You know, she's, and there's her, you know, she has a tenant next door. He's just the most beautiful human being. And it's like, I'm so grateful for seeing people struggle. And it's really cool when people do well, you know. It feels good, and it's beautiful to see people do well and to see people happy. Charlene, who's in Pretoria, she's using this as an opportunity to help all her staff. They don't even know that they're being about to be helped, you know.
Well, this is a community grid, Capella.
Exactly.
You have to make it's a community grid.
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, I get emotional because I just feel so excited that people are able to really change their lives, you know. Young and old, people are able to change their lives. You don't have to be 18 and you can be 92, you know. And it doesn't matter if you know nothing about the internet or not. I mean, they're people that help us. That it's such an easy thing to do, ultimately, you know.
There are many people like me who will get in the middle and Zoom and all the rest of it. And you've just answered that question. There are people that can help you. So please don't be afraid. Capella's helped me through everything. And there are others that will help other people through everything. There's Hannes there, for example. So please step forward and ask. Ask. Don't be afraid to ask. Okay.
Okay, so now I suppose it's that weird time when I have to say, like, ask the questions. Gooi, let me see if I can answer them. Off you go. Multiple choice only, please.
Maybe what you can do is ask Petrus, who's new,
Yes.
how he feels about being part of here. The same with, I think Betty is the other person. She's also new.
Thanks,
Maybe
Ruby.
Carol?
get some input from them, because all of us are is on the grid at the moment. So maybe they've got something that they would like to share or ask or
Thank
be
you for that.
more specific.
Thank you
There's
for that.
Carol. There's Carol as well. She's
Yes,
not
Carol
on the
and
grid.
Petrus and Betty and Lynn are all new
And
that I
Grant.
can see.
Grant.
And Grant, yeah.
Hi, Capella. Can I talk?
Go, darling.
Shireen.
Hi, Cherie.
Hi. Hi, Capella. How are you?
I'm very well, darling. How are you?
Good, I'm well, thanks. So I was invited by Elise. She was chatting to me yesterday. And so I was just interested. I'm brand new to your grid. So I haven't a clue how it works other than your explanation.
You, my beloved Megan, you are beloved Megan's aunt, yes?
That's the one, yeah.
Yay.
So yeah, so I'm very, very keen, but obviously, you know, you've got a board obviously now. So where are we in terms of boards and how they're split? And I know it's probably not going to be one list that's going to feed all the boards. I just more about that mainly.
Okay, thank you. Okay, cool. So this group of people, there's I think there are 3 people or 4 people on this in the specific meeting that are on our grid. So unlike the thing that Meg's doing where you work off a list of people, there's so in a sealed grid, you're looking at 15 people. So that includes the 8 contributors, right? That's where you that's where you would come in. You would come in on one of the reds. May you come in on your own, or may you come in as a team. It's immaterial. That's where you would come in. In terms of my specific grid where we're at the moment, we only got 1 position left on that, and then we're spinning. But we've already built our back line. There are already people wanting to not wanting to, that are joining, because they obviously because they want the momentum. They committed, exactly. They committed. So that does that answer your question?
Yeah. So once where you are, once that spins, then obviously then it splits. Then if I go into if I come into your board and then it spins, do I still have a connection with you, even though you've now spun off to another board? How connected are all the boards?
Okay.
Will there be one Telegram group where we can all chat together still, or will we all just be on our own after that?
Okay, so I'm going to answer that in twofold. There's a really cool chat room. I think they're over, if I'm not mistaken, I think they're like 258 people, give or take. Some people don't want to be on that chat room because they're on so many different boards and whatever, but it's really cool. And there's some super chatty people on there, whatever. And then there's an engine room where all this amazing stuff that Shirley and Marina created and put together. So that's like the you can't chat on there. That's information that gets shared on there, right? That's where you can also draw on. They've also created an incredible website. I mean, it's what these girls have done is just ridiculous. It's absolutely incredible. So then there's our unit. Then there's the chat room where you can just shoot the breeze, or what does Shirley say? Shoot the shit. Which is hilarious. And then there's let's call it like the professional room, which is the engine room. Okay, so that's where all the business stuff happens. That's also where either Shirley or Marina will put your completed grid to obviously show movement, right? What I've done, and this is simply because some people didn't want to join the big chat room. So the people that have kind of, shall we say, infiltrated from my original receiving, people requested this. We've almost got like a mini group of people, and I think other groups have got this as well. They've got like mini groups where they keep their people together for the reweave. So in other words, when you come out of your grid, because obviously you now split, when you come out, what we've chosen to do, we've got a core grid of people. So that's how you then come out, because obviously 1 becomes 2 and 2 becomes 4. But then you go back into your main core group of people. So that's, and we've chosen to call that our crystal, because of Wings, because we work with, her and I work with crystals a lot. That's almost, it's not private. That's just our little core group of people, so that we can continue chatting. So that we don't just go off, because what we found in the beginning is that people go off and then, but what about our Chinas here? So that's kind of, I don't know, Runel, are you doing that as well? Cindy, are you guys doing that as well?
I like the idea, because I just spoke to the lady that I was the contributor and she was the receiver. And now that we split, she's gone. And same with Karen. We split and now they're gone. And you kind of stuck on your own little grid. And all these people that you spoke to is now suddenly missing. So I miss that. I really do, because you don't actually knowing now that the reweaving is what we all need and want, you don't actually know where that person is, which is scary, because I need to go back and reweave. I don't know whether they actually did reweave and whether they left, or you don't know. So I like that idea, is to stick together and come back after you've done all 4 levels, so that you know where your people are when you need to reweave. So I think it's important that we look at something for everybody. If you bring somebody
like
in,
miniature chat rooms of the whole. Yeah.
Otherwise you lose them, and then they lost. They kind of in
may
the general chat room.
May I add something here? I think it's a group too that believes in the integrity of each other as well, and the reweave of each other, that keeps the ball rolling. It keeps it moving, and I think that's what those smaller groups do. That's my feeling about it. Am I right, Capella?
Absolutely. Yeah. Cindy, are you guys doing that? Do you have a group, like almost like a mini group chat room?
No, we actually don't, which is, now that you mention it, it would be nice just to keep my original, where I originally came in on, because I was under Mona Lisa. And I've lost all that contact. But I think when you reweave, they do actually create another group. I'm not too sure. So I haven't, I'm also not sure where.
Look,
I must actually find out.
I spun in 5 days, hey? Mama Wing spun in, I spun in 6 days over Easter. Mama Wing spun in 5 days. My mates who are in receiving at the moment, they went in on Sunday. We've only got 1 space left, Because it's like, why? And somebody, what's his name? What is the gentleman's name? Sorry, Petrus. You know what, Petrus? Dis 'n baie simpel ding. En praat jy Engels of Afrikaans, my vriend? Of is jy tweetalig? Hy wil graag nie, maar hulle is bang om te sê hulle sal nie twee mense kry albei. Okay, cool. Alright. So, wat my pa my nie vrek maak nie. But vir my is dit baie simpel, nê. Jy offer eintlik vir iemand 'n ervaring dat hulle eintlik kan groei, hoor. Dis nie dat hulle noodwendig agter jou inkom nie. My energetic mentality about this thing of there's so many millions of people in front of you, why would you have to bring in somebody behind you? Like, I don't understand. I know that's the lingo, but if you think about it, like when you walk forward in life, there are all these people in front of you. Those are all people that have an opportunity that require, even if they don't need the money, they want the community, they want the vibe, they want to be able to interact. Some people are still sitting in lockdown. Some people have lost their jobs. Some people have lost their families. There is this very real thing. I don't relate to it, but there is this very real thing that existing that is separating their families. We have a girl who's on this grid at the moment. She's stuck in another country. She needs to come home to her family, so she's using this money to come back to her family. So I don't perceive this thing as that you're getting two people behind you. I perceive that you've got this whole universe of people in front of you that you're offering an opportunity to change their lives. You're physically offering them an opportunity to change their lives. That's how I choose to perceive it. Does that help you, Petrus?
And they don't have to do, and they don't have to do it as a unit. They can do it with 2, 3, 4 other people. There are 3 other people to join them.
Yeah. We've got three groups on our grid that are made up of a team of 4. That means on the reweave that every person's only given $125 or 1,850 Rand to make up the amount. That's it. That's all they've done. But yet they're going to walk away with $1,000 when they get to the center as a team of 4. And when they come out, they can either go in as a team of 2 again, which means you're automatically taking care of your one oak behind you, because that's always the concern, or you're going to go into as a team of 4. I mean, there's a 3 separate, and you're going to come out with extra bucks. And so if you have multiple teams of 4, I mean, that's a no-brainer. Because I mean, that's like what, like 3 loads of flipping shopping at, I don't know, Pick and Pay or Woolies or wherever it is that you shop. It's like that, and that money's spent, So that's how we've chosen to do it. It's made it far more affordable. And if you wish to sponsor somebody in, you go, listen, dude, I've got $2,000, pull in, be my partner, come join me for a period of time. And when we get to center, you can just give me my money back and we can go in as a team again. So that's how we've chosen to do our grid, is like we've got pods, or not pods, but we've got teams of 4 to make it easier on everybody, and it also adds to your family meeting. And then if somebody does fall away by choice, or because, they're like, whatever, we don't want the money, or it's too much hassle or whatever, it doesn't make a dent. You don't feel like, oh God, now suddenly I can't, now we've got to hustle suddenly to find 4 people, It just softens the release of somebody, But people have got to bring their game, man. It's so much fun. It's so much fun to be part of this. Like that's for me, that's actually the biggest thing. It really is fun. Is actually what I keep on coming back to that. If I'm not having fun, then why do I want to make that money? I've worked for so long in the film industry having fun anyway. Now I can make money and have fun, and it's my own money.
If I can interject here.
Hoi.
Firstly, Petrus, I know that some people struggle to bring people in. And it's a frame of mind, but also a skill. So when you talk to people, you need to know how to sell to people. You need to understand what is it that most people want. In times like these, with COVID and people losing jobs and all kinds of things, people are looking for ways to earn money. Okay, earning 60,000 Rand a month is very good money for most people. And to put in 7,500 Rand, for example, to earn 60,000 Rand, only go for people that are hungry or people that might want this. Okay, they obviously need to have 7,500 Rand available to take advantage of this opportunity. And keep in mind, this is not for everybody. Don't try and sell this to everybody. Not everybody is ready for this. But keep an open mind. There are people actively looking for something like this online, on Facebook, on Twitter, on LinkedIn. I find people everywhere, all over the show. But I'm not looking for everybody. I'm not trying to sell to everybody. I'm looking for, I'll pitch someone and say, hey, might you be interested in spending 500 and making $4,000 in a month? And then if they say, yeah, well, okay, but what is this? Then I'll invite them to a meeting like this, where it's easy. When they see what it's about, they can immediately make up their mind if they're interested or not. I don't have to sell. I'm not a seller. I'm not a car salesman. I don't know how to sell. I don't want to sell. I just want to invite people and say, hey, come and have a look at this opportunity. If you resonate with it, let's talk. Let's get you in. Let's help you to start making money. Make it easy on yourself. Don't put pressure on yourself to bring people in. That's not the way to do it. You have to look for a specific kind of person. It is someone that is open and want to make money. They have the money, want to make money, and they are able to bring in two people. When I get someone that's interested, and the next question before I get them in, I ask them, do you know of two people, or can you find two people that might be similar or want the similar experience? And if they say yes, then only will I bring them in. Okay, I don't want people in that can't do the job. The job is, hey, you need to, as a single person joining a grid, your job is to bring in two people. And if you can't do that, or you don't see yourself able to do that, I can give you all the tools, and I can teach you, and I can show you and guide you, all that stuff. And then you need to get to work. You need to actually do this. And if you do it consistently and keep on bringing new people, you'll never struggle filling up grids. You'll never struggle finding new people. The excitement will be there, the skills and the knowledge and everything to do this and to take this on as a job. For me, this is easy money. This is easy money, making 60,000.
Man, and the excitement of the first person saying yes, I tell you, it literally becomes the most perfect addiction you can possibly imagine, because you know how much fun they're going to have. You know, it's like a positive, it's like a healthy addiction. You know, it's such a joy when somebody says yes, because you're like, yes, this person's going to do well, you know.
The prosperity grid has two things that it gives everyone: community and money. And those two are very important to everybody. Shireen mentioned that, hey, we don't want to lose that. We don't want to lose the unity we had. We don't want to lose those connections, you know, and that's why it's important that Capella, you touched on it, that you have a team or a group. In my team, it's the All-Stars. We're the All-Stars.
I love that. Yeah.
And we do everything. Everything is happening on that group. Even if we split up, everyone is still on that group. And it's a group that I started because I saw the need of it. I felt like a foreigner to my original grid. You know, you feel like, okay, it's like what Ronald said, you ostracized, you're expelled, you don't have that belonging in. Yes, we see each other on the grid chat room, and I see them on the engine room, but that's not where we chat. That's not where
you learn. That's not where you learn about them, exactly.
Keep in touch. We want to keep in touch and share our experiences and everything on the groups that we need to have. You know? That's
that
maybe
we know.
We'll discuss with Marina and Shirley to just touch on that in the next training or whatever, or even on the engine room, to know that there needs to be a kind of a reweaving group. You know, that we know, hey, this is where we keep in touch, and we know when the grid has gone through the 4 stages to the 4 grids, and now it's the 4th time, and then you know I'm going to get in back in again to jump in as a contributor to start reading consistently have more money.
I don't know. Is it my signal? Can everybody hear? Oh, I don't know if the signal.
Yes, I think Wings was to say something.
No, it's seasonal.
Well, I'm not sure. I can see everybody. I can't hear everybody.
Oh, my signal is sucking. You've got to love fiber in South
It's a
Africa. Hey?
connection problem.
Our fiber in Ghana was stronger than this. There we go.
We're back again.
Fabulous. Are there any other questions? Is there anything? Did I pass the present the presentation thing? I'll never forget Shirley and Marina in the beginning. They were like, "You've got to reach your audience," and I'm like, "Oh my God, what do you mean audience? I have no idea." Life is my audience, man. I'm my own audience. Can you have fun? Thanks, Renal. Thanks for the thumbs up, sister. Yeah. But seriously, are there any other questions, guys? The support, the love, the friendship. Exactly.
Capella, that was fantastic. That was really good.
Well done.
Well done.
Okay. Well, thank you, everybody. Thank you.
A bit of a plucking. Hannes, thank you.
Capella, Hannes, thank you very much. Yeah.
So we have recorded it, but I'm not quite sure it's going to be one. Yes, are you going to go? I'm not quite sure it's going to one. We're going to be loading, but anyway, the point it was a hustle and a fun one.
Receptions.
Thank you so much. And if whoever's brought you in, chat to that person, and just you know what? Here's the bottom line. Beyond all of that, if you haven't done it before and you want to do it, just jump in, because you can't lose. You can't lose out. You can't lose having been part of this. That's actually the bottom line. You can't actually lose out. You can only gain. You can only win. You know, so that's kind of my take on it, to be honest. There's nothing to lose. And and thank you.
Well, thank you.
And thank you very, very much for trusting me in my silliness and for in my fun way of just pulling this thing together. And I really appreciate the gridders, the dedicated gridders that pulled in here. I really appreciated you trusting me, even if you brought in new people. I appreciate it very, very much. Thank you so much. And if they're new people, I hope that.
And I'll have to do some real. Sorry, Capella. I have to do some teaching on how to use Zoom to my fellows. So we'll have to do some teaching to a lot of my newbies on how to use Zoom, because that's what happened this evening.
That's okay.
They couldn't get on.
That's okay. Wow. We're all learning as we go. I'm so grateful to you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for believing. Thank you for trusting. I'm so grateful.
Thank you, Capella.
Bye.
Thank you so much. Many blessings.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks, Hannes.
Bye.
Good evening.
Thank you, Hannes.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you, Hannes.
Bye.
Okay, cheers. Thanks, Jock. Thanks, Chantal.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jen.
Thank you. Dankie, Jock. Jy wat daar stil sit in die hoek.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Portugal. You'll be home soon.
Yes.
Don't worry, sister. Don't worry. You'll be home soon. Carol, don't go away.
Must I stay? Did you say to me or to who?
Is anybody that want to ask any more questions? Just because I don't know, Vanette, what team are you in, love? Hi, Vanette.
Hello, I'm in Teresa's group.
Oh, fantastic.
Yes, I'm in Florida at the moment. That's why it's still the sun is shining here.
Very early. Very
Yeah,
early.
Yeah, it's I'm making some food now, my brunch. So while you were busy, I was klitsing eiers en gaan te kere hierso in Florida.
I love it. I love it. Well, thank you so much for joining. I know it was a bit of a wing and a prayer, sweetheart, but I did the best I
Yeah, I
could.
loved it.
It was a
Thank
bit of
you.
a
I
wing
want
and
to
a prayer.
congratulate you. You did a very good job.
Well, that's very
Excellent.
kind of you. Thank you so much. I hope that any of the new people coming here and you realize that it's actually that simple.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Have a great night. Bye-bye.
Bye, bye. Is alles alright daar by jou, Jacques?
Ja, dankie Capella, alles is reg, dankie.
Is dit alright vir jou?
Ja, nee, 100%. Nee, ek kyk nog die storie uit, ek's ook nie en ons ondervind nog wat aangaan. Ons kyk maar wat we'll see what's happening.
Exactly. Cool. Dankie.
Well done. Great job.
Ek waardeer dit baie, hoor.
Dankie hoor.
Okay, man.
Lekker aan, bye-bye.
Lekker aan. Totsiens.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Carol, I'm so pleased to have finally met you, love. Hi.
We're going to say, I have met you before at Winx's.
Yes, I know,
Some
but I
years
haven't
ago.
seen you in a million years. I'm going to walk over to Mama Winks now to her room or to her side of the house. Here we go, Mama Winks. I'm chatting to Carol.
Hi. Yeah.
Here we go.
Hi there. Yeah.
So did you learn?
Hello. So Capella says she's never met me, but she has. When Winx lived upstairs.
Upstairs, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. You're absolutely
Yeah.
right. I beg your pardon. We can stop.
But I think you fell asleep.